Hey gang, Jane back with another crochet granny square tutorial. This one is another hexagon shape and it's a little bigger in size than some of my other hexagon pieces, so this gives it a little more detail. I call this one Rosalie and I'll be working her in some soft neutrals today. But of course these squares take on different personalities depending on the colors you use, so go ahead and experiment with your own color combinations. This piece is 11 rounds and I'll be changing my color every round. I'll be making it in 4 colors today: an off-white, a brown, a bright white, and a golden beige. I'll be using a worsted weight yarn and a 5mm crochet hook. Other tools you'll need are a pair of scissors and a darning needle to tie in your ends. You can find more information on the pattern for the Rosalie Granny Hexagon over on my blog. I'll leave the link in the description below. So gather your supplies and your favorite colors and let's dive into the Rosalie Hexagon. So we're going to start with our magic ring and our off-white color, and we leave the cut end facing us. Wrap around your first 2 fingers, cross underneath, and then I hold that in place with my thumb. Wrap around your 3rd finger. So we have these 2 strands. You go under this strand and over the 2nd strand, pulling it through and underneath. Twist your hook so that the loop twists on the hook, and then go back to the yarn that's over your 3rd finger, hook underneath that, and pull through your first chain 1, and that actually locks the ring in place. So we're ready for round number 1, for which we'll use this same off-white color. So round 1 is going to be all single crochets. So I want to work 12 single crochets into this ring. So we just insert our hook into this big loopy ring, leaving it big and loopy, and we draw up a yarn. So you kind of have to grab the ring, the whole ring, with your hand, and then we do a single crochet. You'd want to do 12 of those in this ring. I'll meet you back here once you've done 12 and we'll join our round and close our ring. So here we are back. We have finished our 12 single crochets into this nice big loop. To close up the loop before we can join it, the round, I place my thumb and my finger on that last stitch, and then I grab this cut end right here. Not much of it left there, so always make sure you leave enough that it doesn't disappear. And then you want to pull on this end while you're pinching with this hand. And then you want to pull that gently. You may have to readjust a little bit so that it doesn't get knotted. And then pull again. And you're just trying to close up this center part. It doesn't have to be completely closed, just somewhat closed. So here we are now with our 12 single crochet, and we want to join our round. So we literally go into this first single crochet with our hook. We pull up a loop and pull it through the loop on the hook, and now you've done your slip stitch to join the round of your first 12 single crochet. So I'm going to do a different color every round, so I'll be cutting my yarn at the end of every round. So the next round on our hexagon square is going to be this brown right here around our first little center. So round number 2, we're going to take our brown and we're going to slip stitch in any one of these single crochets. So I like to go somewhere other than where I started and pull up a loop. So there I've joined my brown, and now I want to go ahead and chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. This counts as my first double crochet and my first chain 1. So the first 3 count as your double crochet and then your chain 1 space. So now I want to go and work a double crochet in the next single crochet. So go ahead and do that double crochet. And then I want to chain 1. And this is what I'm going to do all the way around. So a double crochet in every single crochet stitch and a chain 1. So you're going to end up with 12, if you include this chain, 12 double crochet and 12 chain 1 spaces. So when you've worked in every single crochet all the way around with a double crochet and a chain 1, meet me back here and we'll finish off the round. So here we are at the end of round number 2. We've worked 12 double crochet, including this chain 3. I'm counting that one. So there's 12 double crochet and 12 chain 1 spaces, and we want to go ahead and slip stitch to end the round. So we're going to slip stitch in the 3rd chain of that beginning chain 4. So it would be like the top of the first double crochet. So go ahead and pull up your loop and pull it through the loop on the hook. That's your slip stitch. And then I'll cut my yarn. And that's round number 2. You may find as you work this piece, this little center hole keeps opening up. When you're just working with single crochet down here, it does put a lot of stress on that little hole, so it doesn't necessarily want to close up tight. That's okay too. It's part of the nice laciness of the square. But don't worry if it opens up a little, because we haven't darned this end in yet. And when we go to darn in the end, we can make sure that we secure that hole so it doesn't open up any further. So our next color is going to be white. Slide this in here, and we're doing this little white area right here. We're going to join our white in any one of these chain 1 spaces around our work. So go ahead and choose one and pull up your yarn. And now we're going to go ahead and chain 1. Then we're going to work a single crochet in that same chain 1 space we just joined in. And then we're going to chain 2. And that's what we're going to do all the way around. Only working in the chain 1 spaces, you'll have a single crochet in every chain 1 space, and you'll have a chain 2 in between every one of the single crochets. So I'll meet you back here at the end of the round. You'll have 12 single crochets and 12 chain 2 spaces, and we'll finish off our round. So now we're ready to finish off our round. We have the 12 single crochets and the 12 chain 2 spaces, ending with a chain 2. We want to slip stitch in this first single crochet of the round, insert your hook in, pull up a loop, and pull through the loop on the hook. That completes round 3, and I'm going to cut my yarn. So looking at the hexagon we're working on, we've now completed this circular center piece, and we're working on the petals next. So for round 4, we're going to start into these petals. So I'm going to start with this golden brown for my next round, round 4, and I'm going to join in any one of these chain 2 spaces around my circle. So just pick one, pull up your yarn, and there you've joined it. Now we want to go ahead and chain 1. And then I want to single crochet in that same chain 2 space that I just joined in. So now we're going to move to the next chain 2 space, and we're going to work one of our petals. So this petal consists of 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet. All of that is going to go into this next chain 2 space. So let's go ahead with that. All we've done so far is a single crochet. So we're going to go ahead and 3 double crochet, 3 separate double crochets. Then we want to chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. So what we've done is we've created a petal. It's also one of the corners of our hexagon shape. So our next stitch is a single crochet in the next chain 2 space. So there's no chains in between these. So go ahead and single crochet. And that's what we're going to do all the way around. So we're going to work another petal in the next chain 2 space. So you're working in every chain 2 space. So you work a petal in the next one, and then a single crochet in the next one. That's our repeat. So let's do that again. 3 double crochet, which creates the first half of our petal. Then we chain 2. And then we work 3 more double crochet into the same chain 2 space. So it's a lot of stuff in that chain 2 space. And then we follow it by a single crochet in the next chain 2 space. So there's your repeat right there. And we've already done 1 here. So now we've done 2. So you want 6 of those all together. So go ahead and work 4 more. And I'll meet you back here at the end of your 4th one, which is 6 altogether. and we'll finish off this round. So there we are, we've worked our little flower. It has 6 petals all the way around, and we finished with our last petal, and we can't do another single crochet because we've already done a single crochet in the space, which means we're back at the beginning of the round. So now all we want to do is slip stitch into this first single crochet. So insert your hook, pull up a loop and pull through the loop on the hook. We're going to cut our yarn because again, we're using another color for next round. And let's take a look at this round. You can see now that you've done 6 petals all the way around and 6 individual single crochets all the way around. You'll have 6 chain 2 spaces, and every petal has 6 double crochets, so that's 36 double crochet altogether. So now we're going to move on to round 5, which is going to just edge our petals. So let's take a look here on our finished square. We've done this nice little center part in our first set of petals, and now we're just going to edge them with this dark brown color all the way around. So taking our dark brown, we're going to join in any one of these chain 2 corner spaces. So we'll just pick this one and we will pull up a loop. Then we want to chain 1 and single crochet in the same chain 2 space we just joined in. Now we're going to single crochet in each of these next 3 double crochets. So 3 single crochets across here. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So that's in those 3 double crochets. Now we want to chain 2. And then we're going to skip over the single crochet. We're not going to work into that one, but we are going to work single crochets into the next 3 double crochets. So go ahead, skipping over that single crochet, you're going to work 3 more single crochet into each of these double crochets, and you've reached the next corner. So we want to do a single crochet in that chain 2 space, chain 2, and single crochet in the same chain 2 space. So that creates our corner. So we've now worked across one edge and we've worked a corner, and we're going to do the same thing all the way around. So you're going to work a single crochet into each of these double crochet, chain 2 and skip over the single crochet, and then work a single crochet into the next 3 double crochets and another corner, which is a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. And you're going to do that all the way around, so you'll have 6 of these edges, and I'll meet you back here at the end of the round to finish it off. Now we've worked our way all the way around, done all the edges, and we finished off here with our last 3 single crochets into the 3 double crochets. And we want to end it by doing a single crochet into the same chain 2 space that we joined in, chain 2, and we'll finish the corner by working a slip stitch in the first single crochet. So pull up a loop, pull it through the loop on the hook, and you're done. And again, I cut my yarn. So that completes row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we want to do row 6. So let's take a look at our square, and we have done this center part here with the brown, and we're moving on to this off-white. So we're actually working our petals again, but we're rotating this piece. So you can see now the petals aren't going to be here like they were here. They're going to be over here, working into this area. So let's go ahead then and work on that. We've got our off-white, and we want to join in any one of these chain 2 corner spaces, not the chain 2 that is in the center. We want the chain 2 at the corner of the petal. So where we finished off, that's a chain 2. So you could just go into that one, the last chain 2 we made, or you can pick a different one if you want to, but not the straight ones, not the one on the edges. You want one at the actual corners. So go ahead in and pull up a loop, and then you want to chain 1, and you want to single crochet in that same space that you just joined in. So now we want to chain 2, and we're going to work a petal in the next chain 2 space, which is along the straight edge. It's not really a straight edge, it's kind of a V, but it's along the edge of our hexagon. So the petal is going to be worked the same way as the petals down here. 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet, all into the same space. So go ahead and do that. There's 1 double crochet, oops, 2, and this is our third one. Then you want to go ahead and chain 2, and then work another 3 double crochet into that same space. So again, we're doing quite a bit into 1 chain 2 space. So there's our petal. We've worked a full petal. Now we want to chain 2, and we're going to work a single crochet into the corner chain 2, which is the next chain 2 along our way. So you'll see that we skipped over a lot of stitches. We're only working in the chain spaces, and that works our petal very nicely. It stretches it out so you give a nice flat look to your hexagon. So then we're going to go ahead and chain 2 more, and we are back to our petal. So that's what we're going to do all the way around, is our petal, chain 2, single crochet in the next chain 2 space, and then chain 2. That's the repeat right there. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to work a petal in the next chain 2 space, which consists of 3 double crochet, and then a chain 2, and 3 more double crochet. So our piece is getting bigger here. It's getting to be a bit of a handful, and it's only going to get bigger. And now we chain 2 and work in the next chain 2 space. We do our single crochet and a chain 2. So you just did the repeat again. So there's our first one, there's our second one, and we're going to continue to do that all the way around our hexagon until we get back here where we started. You're going to finish off with a petal and a chain 2 to here, and then we're going to join in this first single crochet. I'll meet you back here and we'll finish off the round. So here we are at the end of round 6. I have worked my 6 petals, and I've worked these 6 single crochets all the way around. So now I'm ready to end the round, and I'm going to slip stitch. I should point out here that I did the last petal and a chain 2. That's how you end. And then you single crochet in the first single crochet of the round. So just slip your hook in there. Not going in right there. There we go. And then we pull up a loop and pull through the loop on the hook. Cut our yarn. So for this round we have 6 single crochets, 6 petals, each with 6 double crochets. So that's 36 double crochets. And then we have chain 2 spaces. So we have 1 in every corner, and then we have 2 on every side. So that equals 18, I believe. That's 18 chain 2 spaces, and that covers all our stitches. So now we're going to move on to round 7. So round 7, we're moving back to our white. So let's take a look at our finished one. We've done this off-white petals all the way around, and now we're doing this white edging all the way around. So take your white, and we're going to join our yarn now in any one of the corners. So there's a lot of chain 2s going on, so if I said to join it in a chain 2, I have to be specific. I want it in one of the chain 2s that belongs to the petals. So one of these hexagon corners, not the chain 2s that are on either side of the single crochet, not those ones. So you want to do it into the chain 2 in the middle of your double crochets, which is a corner. So go ahead in there and pull up a loop. So now we want to chain 1 and single crochet in that same space that we just joined in. Now we want to single crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets. So this edging is a lot like the one we did 2 rounds below, with a little bit of a difference right here. So now we want to chain 2, and then we're going to single crochet into that single crochet. We're not missing it this time, not skipping it. We are actually going to work into it. So work into that single crochet with a single crochet, and then chain 2. And then you're going to work 3 single crochet into the next 3 double crochets. So go ahead and do that. So you're going to work a single crochet and another one, and then a third one. And then you're going to single crochet into the chain 2 space of the corner, chain 2, and single crochet in that same chain 2 space, and that creates your corner as well. So you can kind of see here, let's see if we can look at how we worked along this edge. So we worked 3 single crochets into these 3 double crochets, chain 2, single crocheted into this single crocheted, chain 2, and then 3 single crochet into the next 3 double crochets, and then we worked a corner. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. We're going to do that edging all the way around. So you want 6 of this all the way around. So go ahead and work your 3 single crochets, chain 2, 1 single crochet into this single crochet, chain 2, 3 single crochet into these 3 double crochets, and then work your corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. You're going to do that 5 more times, and I'll meet you back here at the end of the round to finish it off. So we've worked all the way around our piece. We've worked 6 edges, and we've ended up here. We've worked the 3 last single crochets into these 3 last double crochets. Now we're back to the chain 2 space we joined in. We want to work a single crochet into that space, and then we want to chain 2, which is the other half of our corner, and then we're going to slip stitch in that first single crochet of the round. So pull up the loop, pull it through the loop on the hook, cut your yarn, and pull it all the way through, and you've completed round number 7. So round number 8, looking again at our finished piece. We've done this white all the way around, and now we're working on this golden brown again. So we're making a few more petals, but we're going to have some stuff in the middle because our petals are more spread out now. Let's join our yarn, and we want to join it in a chain 2 space that again is at a corner. So again, we've got a lot of chain 2 spaces going on here because we have them in the middle of our edges as well. But the one we're looking for is at the top of one of these petals. So you want this chain 2 space that's at a corner. So go ahead and pull up your yarn to join it. And we're again, it's this golden brown that we're working with. And then we want to chain 3 this time. So 1, 2, and 3. That counts as our first double crochet. Now we want to work 2 more double crochet in that same chain 2 space that we joined in. And that's going to be the first half of our petal that we will complete at the end of the round. So there you go. You technically have 3 double crochet in there. Now you want to chain 2, and you're going to skip over all these single crochets and work into this chain 2 space. So again, only working into the chain spaces this round. We're going to work 2 double crochets. 2 separate double crochets. Then you're going to chain 1, skipping over the single crochet. You're going to work into the next chain 2 space, and you're going to work 2 double crochets. Then you're going to chain 2, and we're back to our corner. Skipping over all these single crochets, we're going to work a full corner, and that's going to be a petal this time. So it's going to be 3 double crochet, the same kind of petal we've been working all along. Need a little more yarn here. Chain 2, and then 3 double crochet. 2 and 3. So there's our petal, and it represents our corner. And we have worked 1 full edge. So now we're going to go around the next edge, and this is what your repeat's going to be. So I'll work 1 more here so that I can be clear what the repeat is, and then I'll let you go ahead and work the rest of it. So we finished our corner. So here's the repeat. Chain 2, 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. So skip over all these single crochets and work 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space, Then you're going to chain 1, skip over this single crochet in the middle, and work 2 double crochet into the next chain 2 space. And then you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to work a petal corner, which is 3 double crochet, oops, and then a chain 2, and 3 more double crochet. And there's your third one, and that's the repeat. Chain 2, 2 double crochet in the next chain 2, chain 1, skip over that single crochet, 2 double crochet in the next chain 2, and then a petal in your corner chain 2. So go ahead and do that the rest of the way around, and I'll meet you back here at the end of the round. All right, you can see here how we've worked around 6 of the edges doing that same pattern, and we've come back to the corner and we want to work the second half of the corner that we created at the beginning. So we ended here after the double crochet, chain 2. Now we're going to work 3 double crochet in the same chain 2 space that we joined in. And this is going to create the other half of our corner petal, and chain 2. And then we're going to slip stitch in the third chain, which would equal the top of our double crochet. So right into this third chain right here of the beginning chain 3, pull up a loop and pull it through the loop on the hook. Then we're going to cut our yarn, and we've completed round 8. So we're really getting there. We've really got the shape of this hexagon going, and the next few rounds are mostly just border. So we've got our finished one here, and you can see from what we've done, we have that nice golden brown petals here that we've worked. Put our piece up there. And now we're working on the last 3 rounds, which create a border to our piece. So this one is going to be half double crochet, and then these are single crochets with chain 2s. So let's go ahead and work on round number 9, which is in our off-white. So we grab our off-white, and we want to join in one of these corners again. So again, I can't just say chain 2 because we've got a couple of those going on here, but where I want you to join is in the corner. So in this petal corner, chain 2 is where we want to join. Pull up a loop, and then chain 2. So this counts as our first half double crochet. So it's just a chain 2 this time. And then you want to go ahead and half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So half double crochet again is pulling through all 3 loops on the hook. So we go ahead and do 3 of those. And now we want to work a half double crochet into this chain 2 space, just 1. Then we want to work a half double crochet in each of these next 2 stitches. So you're basically working half double crochets into every stitch and every chain space. Only 1 per chain space. Doesn't matter how many chains are in that space. So we've got to this chain 1 space. We're going to work a half double crochet in that. And then a half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And then we reach this chain 2 space. We want a half double crochet in that. And then we're going to work a half double crochet in each of the last 3 stitches for this edge until we get to our corner. And now we want to work a half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet into this chain 2 corner space to create another corner. So chain 2 and our second half double crochet all into that chain 2 space. So half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet. That creates our corner, and there you can see we have a whole border of half double crochets along that edge. And that's what you're going to do all the way around. So half double crochet in every one of the stitches, do not skip any stitch, and a half double crochet in every chain space, no matter how many chains are in it one half double crochet per chain space. Then when you hit the corner, you do a half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet, and you proceed down the next edge. Work that all the way around your piece until you get back to here. I will meet you at the end to finish off the round. Okay, so we've worked our way all the way around 6 edges with our half double crochets. And now we're going to finish it off here by doing a half double crochet in the same chain 2 space that we joined in. Chain 2, and then you're going to slip stitch in the second chain of the beginning chain 2, which would be equivalent to the top of the half double crochet stitch that it represents. So now once you've slip stitched the end of your round, cut your yarn. So that completes round 9, and now in round 10 and 11 we're just creating a nice border. So in round 10, I want my dark brown, and what we're doing here is we're just working a nice edging, a nice loose lacy edging around our hexagon. So we're going to take our brown and we're going to join in a chain 2 space. So we only have chain 2s at the corner here. So we pick one of those and we pull up our yarn, and then we chain 1 and single crochet in that same chain 2 space we just joined in. So now we want to chain 2. We're going to skip over the next half double crochet, which is really the first half double crochet, and then we're going to work into the next one, which is right here. I'm going to zoom in and show you what I'm talking about here. So right here is your first half double crochet, and to skip over it, that's the top of the stitch right there. So that's what you're skipping over. You're working into the next one, which is right here. You can kind of see that the tops are over to the right of the stitch. And sometimes that can be confusing because you think that you've skipped one, but you haven't. So this stitch right here is the one you're skipping, and it's actually in the corner. It looks like it's in the corner. This is the one you're going to be working into. So go ahead and do a single crochet into that one. And then you're going to chain 2. And then you want to go ahead and skip the next half double crochet. See how it's to the right of the actual post of the stitch? And then you're going to work into the next one. And you're going to create this nice little picot edge. So let's go ahead and chain 2 and skip the next half double crochet and single crochet in the next one. And we're going to work our way across the entire edging with chain 2s, skipping a half double crochet and working into the next one. So let's just get to the edge here, and then we'll look back and count how many of those we actually did. I think we're almost there. Yep, we are. So when we get to this edge, it looks like there's 2 more stitches, but there's really only 1, again, because the stitch you work into is to the right of the post. So you're going to skip over this stitch, and you're going to end up in the corner. So what we want to do in the corner, of course, is single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet into that same chain 2 space. That creates our corner. So let's look at what we've done here. We started in the corner, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochets across the top. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chain 2 spaces across. We're going to do that around every edge. And then you're going to work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet into every corner. So we're going to go back across this edge the same way until you reach the next corner. Again, you'll have 7 single crochets and 8 chain 2 spaces. So continue to work those all the way around your piece until you get back up here where we started, and I'll meet you here to end the round. So here we are at the end of our round. We've worked it all the way around our hexagon. We're going to finish off by working into the same chain 2 space that we joined in and working a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch in our first single crochet to end our round and finish off that corner. Then you're going to cut your yarn, and that finishes round number 10. So we only have one round left, and you could finish your square just like that. It looks really pretty, just like that. I like to add one more round, so bring this in. I'm going to do this gold round, and in this one, I actually round off my corners in a way. Instead of working single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, I just work one single crochet, and it gives these corners a little bit of a rounded edge to them. So it's a different alternative to it. So I'll walk you through that round next. So here we go. We take our golden brown and we're on our last round, round number 11, and we pick one of these cornered chain 2s because there's a lot of chain 2s on here, but I'm going to pick one of these corner chain 2s and I'm going to join my yarn. So pull up a loop, and now we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in the same chain 2 space that we just joined in. So I got a lot of square going on here. So we're going to chain 2 and work just like last time, except now we're working into chain 2 spaces instead of the half double crochets. So it's a lot more obvious where to work, which is kind of nice. So we're going to go ahead and single crochet in this next chain 2 space right here. And then we're going to chain 2. Single crochet in the next chain 2 space. And we're going to do that all the way across to this corner right here. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you at the corner. So now we've reached the corner. Right here is our chain 2 corner space. And all I'm going to do in here is just work one single crochet. I'm not working one of those corners like I always do. I'm just working a single crochet, and then we're going to chain 2 and work down the next edge. So go ahead and single crochet in the next chain 2 space, chain 2, and in the next chain 2 space. So that's what you're going to do all the way around. And every time you get to a corner, you're just going to work a single crochet into it. So really what you're doing around the entire piece is single crochet in every chain 2 space and then chain 2 in every single space, even if it's a corner. So go ahead and work your way around, and I'll meet you back here at the end to finish off the entire piece. So here we are at the end of our round. We have done single crochets and chain 2s all the way around, including in the corner spaces, just one single crochet. So it gives it a nice kind of rounded edge to it. We're back at the end here with our last chain 2, and I just want to slip stitch in this first single crochet. And that is how we will end the piece. Cut your yarn, and you've completed your piece. And that completes the Rosalie Granny Hexagon. This one's great for blankets or home decor. Check out my blog for more ideas for hexagon shaped granny squares. They're really quite pretty and unique shapes to use in your projects. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel so you're sure to catch all my tutorials as they come out. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you in the next tutorial.